What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be filming a night routine, which I haven't filmed in quite some time, but I wanted to just show you guys my night routine at my house at home in Charlotte. And I thought that this would be a really good way to show you how I unwind and how I relax, especially after a very stressful week. I've just felt very stressed, very anxious. I have limited my social media usage this week to pretty much an all-time low. So if I haven't responded to comments or DMs, it's just because I haven't been on social media. I think spending time off of your phone is really freeing, and it's very therapeutic in a way. I think we don't realize how much of our time is consumed on a screen and how much attention the screen takes from us, and it really prevents us from being not only in the moment, but it, I think, raises all of our anxiety levels, it raises our stress levels. I don't think it's healthy for us to be on a screen all the time. So let's see, I think I have to go to the actual Instagram app to see how long I've been on Instagram this week. Sometimes I feel FOMO. I feel like I'm missing out on what people are posting, but then I also need to remember, what am I really missing out on? I should have FOMO of missing out of being in the present moment. I feel like that's what I should have FOMO on. All right, so yesterday I was on Instagram for 38 minutes. The day before I was on it for 38 minutes. That's so strange. And today I'm on it for 37 minutes. So swipe up, let's exit out of that. That's so strange that all of them are like almost exactly 38 minutes. That's really weird. I am about to go and cook some dinner. I have been using this app called Kitchen Stories, and it is by far my favorite cooking app, but it's just the most aesthetically pleasing app out there. It's so gorgeous. The recipes are amazing, and it honestly makes cooking fun, and it makes looking for a recipe fun. So I actually just went to the grocery store, and honestly I've been going to the grocery store, I'm not kidding, like once a day. Every time I make dinner, I pretty much go to the grocery store because I always am missing a few ingredients. And that's one thing I miss about living in New York, is that I used to live right down the street from Brooklyn Fair, which is a very expensive grocery store, but it was the one right down the street from me, which I always used to go to grab last minute groceries. And so I really miss that, because you would just walk outside, you'd get some fresh air, get your groceries, and then go right back into your apartment, and you'd literally be gone for a total of like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, and then start cooking dinner. And it was just so nice, rather than here in North Carolina. You know, the grocery store is not far, but you have to get in your car, you go into this huge grocery store, you have to park. It's just not as nice as when I was walking in New York City. So I really miss that. I just had dinner, and it was really good. It was some Asian cabbage ramen salad. I'll have the link to the recipe in the description, but you guys need to get that app called Kitchen Stories. So right now it's only 8 o'clock. We ate at a normal time, I would say. I've been eating pretty early because I get hungry so early in the day, but I feel like I'm gonna be so bloated because I ate so much cabbage, and I also had this like prebiotic drink, and it had 9 grams of fiber in it. So I'm just gonna be really bloated. So right now what I'm doing is going to wash my face. I've been washing my face with the pore cleansing oil, so I've just been doing that at night. I really like it, and you guys know that I have very sensitive skin, so then I've been using the Cetaphil gentle skin cleanser in the morning, sometimes at night, and I've really liked it, and I've really shortened my skincare routine. It's kind of all changed since the video, but you know what, my skincare routine always does. Definitely just want to like lay in bed and journal. I've been journaling more than ever, like morning and night. So I might journal, I might just read a book, and then of course I have to watch Gossip Girl at night. It's just like a no-brainer. Okay guys, so I just changed into my PJs because this requires changing. It also requires slicking my hair all the way back and not letting it touch my face because I am about to put this healing ointment all over my face. I started doing this when I had a rash on my face from over exfoliating. I had like a chemical burn, if you will, and it was really gross. My skin was like bubbly and peeling and dry, and my lips, and so people recommended CeraVe's healing ointment. So I'm putting that all over my face and it has amazing reviews, and my skin has honestly never looked better. Pretty much what you do is you use this as your last step of your skincare routine. So I've recently started implementing this. So after you moisturize, you put this on. This doesn't serve as like a moisturizer, but it's the same as Aquaphor, except the healing ointment has ceramides, I don't really know. It has this word. It has that in it. So it pretty much seals everything in while also somewhat nourishing your skin. So if you guys are a part of Reddit skincare, you know this is considered like slug factor or something like that, slugging. Slug factor 10 out of 10. So I'm putting like this much on all over my face. I do a generous amount. Some people are like, you just need a dime size. No, I make my skin look super sluggish. Like, this is all over my face. And it doesn't make you break out because I suffer from somewhat acne prone skin. My skin goes through waves of acne. So this doesn't make me break out because it doesn't clog your pores. It just kind of sits on top of your skin and seals everything in so your skin stays hydrated. And the nice part is it works as like a lip cream. Put it all over my lips too. And one of my favorite things to do before I go to bed is to read. I've really been trying to read more. I go through seasons of reading a ton of books, like in a week. I'm pretty sure this is my 3rd book. So I'll go really quickly and then I'll not read for like a month. So I'm really trying to read consistently. I saw a video of this one guy that read 1 book a week, and I would love to do that in 2021. I think it would just be a really cool challenge to myself to continue reading, and reading for me is not a chore. I absolutely love reading, but I go through seasons of it. So I'm really trying to be more consistent with my reading. So I'd love any book recommendations you have in the comments below. I really don't like fiction. I'm not a big fiction reader. I absolutely love memoirs. Memoirs are one of my favorite. I love nonfiction books. I like learning something in my books. Like, I want to be challenged. I want to hear a different perspective. I want to hear someone else's story that is so different from mine. Like, I just love those types of books. A book that I haven't read in a while is like a comedy book. I feel like the next book I need to read needs to be like Mindy Kaling's or something, because I remember reading her first book and I was like dying laughing. So maybe I'll pick up one of her more like recent ones. I think she has like 2 or 3. But yeah, I love reading. So if you guys have any nonfiction recommendations, definitely let me know. I want to do a whole video all about the books I've read this year because I think that I love watching those videos. I love watching like Jen Im's vlogs where she talks about the books that she's read. So I would love to do one of my own if you guys are interested. But anyways, I'm about to reach in here and grab my Kindle and begin reading. I just got this Kindle this year actually. I think I got it right before COVID happened actually. I remember going to a bar the weekend before COVID pretty much hit, and my friend was like, you need to buy a Kindle, and I'm not kidding you guys, I bought it while at like midnight at a bar. Been a little bit, and whenever I read entrepreneurship books, I get so inspired and it makes me want to stop reading and actually start doing. And that's always my goal for any type of motivational video, any type of productive video that I do. It's always my goal that you don't just watch, but that you do, and that you like stop the video midway and like start working on whatever you're inspired to work on. So that is what this book made me do. I'm reading How I Built This by Guy Raz. It's my absolute favorite podcast, so I had to buy his book. If you guys like entrepreneurship stories, entrepreneurship books, highly recommend. But right now I just ordered a journal from Amazon. I'll also have this linked down below. And I didn't want to bullet journal in the way that people normally bullet journal, like a calendar, because honestly, I don't do well with handwritten calendars anymore. Things just change too much, and I do everything digitally, but I do want to track kind of my business goals, my entrepreneurship goals, my goals in general. And I think it's going to be really cool one day to look back on this story and kind of see where I started and where I'm going. So right now I just wrote down my business idea, my marketing plan, some competitors that I have, just to have them kind of all here, because I just read a chapter about iterations and how things that you start with never end up being kind of what you end up with. And so I think it'll be cool to look back at this one day and be like, this is what I was writing in November, you know? And so that's why I did that. But then I also wanted to write down my expenses, because that's something that I do budget a lot, but I'm looking to hire a social media manager, which I've already interviewed people, so the application is not open, but I'm looking to hire someone for my podcast. And so I already have Hani and I also have Liz. So I just wanted to kind of see, what can I afford? What is smart? Is it smart for me to do that? Is it in my budget? So I was writing down estimated employee expenses, and then I was also writing down all of my monthly expenses. And if you guys are curious, some of my monthly business expenses are around $600 a month. So that's pretty inexpensive for a business. Obviously, I have way more business expenses than just that, but the ones that are recurring every single month is $600 a month. That sounds like a lot because it's all like subscription stuff, but it is not that much when you consider what my business is. That's not just agency stuff, it's YouTube, it's podcasts, it's my Patreon, like it's all of that combined is $600 a month for like subscription services, pretty much. But one of my big subscriptions, if you will, it's not really a subscription, it's just a monthly payment, is my accountant, who charges me $390 a month to do my books, which sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, and I didn't want to do it, but it's been really helpful, and I'm very glad I pay her that to do that. So that's definitely the biggest chunk of the $600, but I include that in like my monthly expenses because I know it's coming every single month. So then I broke it down from agency, YouTube, personal, Patreon. I also did some yearly business expenses because some things I pay for annually. Like I just paid for Squarespace annually, I pay for ClickUp annually, so I wrote those down. My estimated employee expenses, I wrote down how much I pay them per month on average, because it just depends on the amount of hours that they work. And then I am working on a new project, and it's a really, really expensive project. So it's a few $1,000s. So I am putting that in my expenses. And so I'm also looking to buy a house. So I just like really need to budget. I've already been budgeting, but I kind of need to restructure my budget, because with everything that I have, I definitely need to see what I'm doing each month. So that's kind of, it was nice just writing everything down. And I like doing that at night because it's not taking part of my work day. It's just like, I know that sounds weird, it's my relaxation time, but it's kind of just my time to really get everything together. And it helps me de-stress in a weird way. I've always said that, but budgeting seriously is like self-care for me. It's literally relaxation for me. I don't know why. I think I just feel so much calmer in the end when I got everything done. So yeah. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm kind of trying to see like what I can afford. Like I know I can afford it, but it's just like putting it in the categories and like what I want to budget. Not paying rent, you guys, has honestly been the nicest thing. Like I'm so grateful that I am able to live at home. I know not everyone can say that. So I am just so grateful that I can live at home, because it's just saved me so much money. I was paying $2,400 a month in New York for rent. It's just absolutely absurd that I was paying that much for rent, considering where I lived. Not where I lived, considering what my apartment was like. It was just really, really expensive. And so saving that $2,400, literally, like, I don't even pay, like, that's something that goes right into my business. Like, that $2,400 I'm using on my employees, I'm using on my business expenses, you know, like whatever that needs. And that's been really, really nice. And then obviously along with that comes saving money on groceries, saving money on utilities, saving money on so many different things. So that's definitely really, really nice. But I also want to share, those are not only way expensive, these are just like the recurring ones that I know I'm going to have to pay every month. For example, buying the new iPhone, like, that's a business expense, you know, because I use my phone for literally everything, and that's like $1,000 something right there. My desktop that I bought was a business expense, which was a few $1,000s. You know, there's just so much that goes into it. And this video has veered far off of a night routine, but I hope that you guys still find this somewhat entertaining or somewhat useful. But yeah, that's just how I self-care by getting my shit together.